South Africa is famous for its first democratic president, Nelson Mandela, Cape Town's iconic Table Mountain, its national parks such as Kruger, its wine production and its cultural diversity, with it being home to 12 official languages. With 377 outlets, South Africa currently ranks 17th on the world list of countries with the most McDonald's. This is my experience of trying McDonald's in South Africa. Welcome to the latest edition of Try McDonald's Abroad. And today we're actually doing something a little bit different. It's the first episode that I filmed in the continent of Africa. And some people might be surprised to learn this, but even though Africa's got over 50 countries, there's only a very small number of countries with a McDonald's. A few in North Africa, such as Egypt and Morocco. But if you go to that middle portion of Africa, there's virtually none. Thankfully, South Africa do have a number of outlets, so we're in luck here. They do like their spicy iterations of the burgers, so I've gone for a chicken one. Sure, they do the standard sort of chicken burgers, plain, but also do a range of spicy ones as well. So I think I'll go for the Cajun one, so we'll see how that pans out. Pretty standard packaging that we've got here. The lighting is not great here, it's actually quite dark in here, so I think the burger's coming out thankfully, but the rest of the pictures are coming out too well. So what have we got here? We've got a sort of standard, looks like a brioche bun with some white sesame seeds on there. Within the bun we've got the top layer, we've got, looks like mayonnaise with lots of shredded lettuce. Beneath that we've got a slice of tomato, some cheese, chicken patty. Beneath the chicken patty, is there any more? There's no more sauce underneath there, so it looks pretty standard. So I guess before I tasted it that the spicing is within maybe the coating of the chicken burger rather than being a condiment on the actual burger, but we will find out pretty shortly. So here goes. The first thing I can confirm is that sauce that we presume is mayonnaise. It's just mayonnaise. There's no hint of spice in that condiment. I was expecting more of a kick in that patty. It's a pretty standard sort of a, if you've ever had a McChicken sandwich before, it's pretty standard form. It looks about the same size, the same texture, the same flavour. First bite, I didn't really get anything extra. Second bite, I'm getting a very mild aftertone of spice, but I have to confess I was expecting a little bit more. So I guess the positives, if you're someone that's a little bit averse to spice, but you want to be a little bit adventurous, and this is a good starting point because it's not really going to blow you away or anything like that. So, I mean, I'm not a super huge spicy food fan, but I was expecting a little bit more. So what we're going to do now actually is we're going to try a second chicken item that's also the spicy iterant. Now, one of the most signature dishes that you associate with McDonald's, of course, is the chicken McNugget. And they offer chicken McNuggets, of course they do. Pretty sure every McDonald's does. But what they offer here is spicy chicken McNuggets. So we're going to give them a go. So we've got the warning sign on there. Spicy. We're going to see whether these are a bit more spicy than the Cajun chicken burger. So, first impressions, pretty standard looking chicken nugget there. Let's go. Once again, start slow. First bite, you're thinking, this is just a standard chicken McNugget. Once you get into it, it does start to come through, and I'd say it comes through a little bit more impressively, a little bit more prominently than the Cajun chicken burger. And that may well be because with the Cajun chicken burger, you've got distractions there. You've got the mayonnaise, you've got the lettuce, you've got the tomato, you've got the cheese. So all those other flavours are slightly possibly detracting away from the spice. But here, there's a gentle and slightly increasing impact to that spice. I'm actually getting a little bit of a tingle at the back of my throat off the back of that first chicken nugget. So I'd say out of these two chicken dishes, I've been a little bit more impressed with these. Chicken burgers, pleasant enough, but no real wow factor there. These are a level up. So if you're wondering, should I go for one of the spicy chicken burgers or should I just go for the spicy McNuggets? I'd probably recommend you go for the spicy McNuggets. One interesting observation about the McDonald's I went to was there's a 24-hour open McDonald's. Now you do occasionally get them in the UK, but most countries don't offer them, so that's a unique selling factor. So, generally restaurants, they tend to close late into the evening. So if you're at a loose end, feeling a little bit peckish, maybe the regular restaurants are closed down there, McDonald's have got your back here in Cape Town, so that's very reassuring. They obviously are very safety cautious because there was metal barbed wire in front of all the sort of cashiers there, so maybe there's a safety concern there. So yeah, a little bit, maybe not the most inviting of outlets because it's normally quite a homely place, very welcoming. You see a lot of families there. It's a very sort of bubbly atmosphere. This one was maybe a little bit more clinical. One of the things I'm actually mindful of, so I know the recipe for standard items such as the French fries actually vary from McDonald's to McDonald's. Like I think I saw a recipe for the fries in the US of A, and it has dozens, maybe more additives, things added to the potato. Whereas I think in the UK it's actually just a bit of salt or one or two extra additional things. So don't take it for granted that every single item that you've seen before will taste the same anywhere else. So what do I think of these fries? So on appearance, look pretty standard. If anything, I'd say they look a little bit thinner than normal. I know McDonald's fries are quite skinny, but these ones look even more slender than normal. It tastes pretty good. The right amount of salting on there. One of the things my pet peeves with fries is sometimes you get the sense they forgot to salt it at all, or sometimes you go a bit too crazy on the salt. This one's got the balance just right, just the right amount of saltiness. I think they're solid French fries, can't complain. What do you end the meal with? You end the meal with dessert. Now the first McDonald's I visited, which like I said was just purely in a visiting capacity rather than an eating capacity, I saw these things, I can't remember what they're called now, they're called the Baps. They look like mini donuts with chocolate sauce, and I was just thinking I'm going to have to give those a go. Unfortunately, those mini little donuts were not available at the second McDonald's I went to, but they did have a limited edition McFlurry, and I do like a limited edition McFlurry, though I've been kind of burnt a little bit. I think when I went to Italy, there was more than one option, and I think I chose the wrong one because the one I picked was a little bit disappointing. So this one, strawberry shortcake. Not strawberry cheesecake, not strawberry shortbread, strawberry shortcake. What actually is a shortcake? Is it a cake? Is it a biscuit? We shall find out. We're going to find out right now, actually. So here we go. Impressive size. I don't know if there was an option to go large, regular. I think generally McFlurries just come in a standard size, but it does seem like a decent quantity in here. But we've got lots of topping, certainly at the top. There's various things there. It looks like some sort of red, I imagine strawberry flavoured syrup in there. There are these little spherical, I guess it must be the shortcake, the little spherical things here. Let's just dive in and see what it tastes like. Quite like that, quite like it. First thing, as you can tell, you can get a feel, like almost like when I had that pistachio one in Italy, I could see that it didn't have much going for it. There wasn't much topping. It looked very artificial. And once you scraped the sauce off the top, it was virtually just the vanilla base. There's not much additional flavour or texture to it. Here, they've been generous with the sauce. There have been lots of those little shortcake biscuit pieces on there, and I can see them sort of like packed in around the edge as well as the middle. So each mouthful, you're getting a few of those crunchy little bits of biscuit in there. Strawberry can be, or sometimes it's not, usually it's just quite sweet. This one has got a very, very slight sourness to it, and then you've got the sweetness of the vanilla as well. So that works pretty well. On the pantheon of great McFlurries, is it sort of the all-time classic, or the all-time classic Oreo? Maybe it's not quite at that level. However, this is at the top end of the scale, so certainly well above average. So I think on balance, it's been pretty favourable, this. Fries were good, McNuggets went down well. Dessert is, you've got to cap it off and start, and I've certainly capped it off and start. It was only really that first burger that was slightly underwhelming. Apart from that, it's been a pretty good experience. So, first time trying McDonald's in Africa has been a bit of success. So, thumbs up, I think.